"Do you see that butterfly in your hair?" a small voice asked softly. "It's so pretty. Does it make you fly?" Celestia Harrington looked down at the little girl before her wheelchair, her heart catching at the innocent wonder in those wide eyes. She touched the diamond butterfly clip, her mother's final gift, and felt tears prick her eyes. "You know what?" she whispered. "It doesn't make me fly, but it reminds me that I still can. In here." She placed her hand over her heart. The grand ballroom of the Metropolitan Fashion Gala sparkled with crystal chandeliers, but Celestia felt invisible. At 25, she had once been the rising star of the art world, her paintings celebrated across galleries. Then came the fall during that hiking trip. The wet rocks, the sickening drop, the fracture that changed everything. The vertebrae damage left her paralyzed from the waist down, and with her mobility went something else, people's ability to see her. Tonight was no different. Her father's business partners circulated through the crowd, their eyes sliding past her wheelchair as if it were empty. Former friends offered tight smiles before quickly moving away. Even her own paintings, displayed prominently on the walls, seemed disconnected from her now. "Everyone's looking at your art, but no one's looking at you," her father, Richard Harrington, had said quietly before the event. "Are you sure you want to attend?" Celestia had straightened her shoulders. "Mama said my spirit could still move, even if my legs couldn't. I have to try, Dad." But trying hurt. It hurt to watch couples glide across the dance floor. It hurt to hear whispered conversations trail off when she approached. Then came the little girl. She appeared suddenly, breaking away from a tall man in a simple black suit, clearly not part of the usual gala crowd. The child couldn't have been more than 4, with curly brown pigtails and a red velvet dress. She walked right up to Celestia, unafraid. "Your butterfly is magic, isn't it?" the little girl asked. "My daddy says butterflies are symbols of transformation," came a gentle voice. The man had followed his daughter, and when Celestia looked up, recognition flickered through her. Daniel Morrison. They'd been in the same university cohort, different programs, but they'd shared a few classes. She remembered him helping her once when she dropped her art supplies. "Daniel?" The name escaped her lips. His eyes widened. "Celestia, I didn't know you'd remember." He knelt beside his daughter. "This is Emma. We're crashing a bit. My late wife's sister works security here. Emma's been fascinated by art lately." A widower, trying to give his daughter beautiful experiences, trying to fill the emptiness left by loss. "The butterfly was my mother's," Celestia said softly, speaking to Emma but feeling Daniel's attention. "She gave it to me before she passed away. She told me it would remind me to keep creating, to keep moving forward, even when everything felt impossible." Emma's face grew serious. "My mama's gone too, but Daddy says she left me her smile. See?" She grinned widely, revealing a gap-toothed smile. Celestia felt something crack open in her chest. "That's the most beautiful thing your mama could have left you." "Would you tell me about your paintings?" Emma asked, settling cross-legged beside Celestia's wheelchair. "They look like feelings." For the next 20 minutes, Celestia talked about her art while Emma listened with pure attention. Daniel stood nearby, his presence steady. Around them, the gala continued, the clinking of champagne glasses, the carefully maintained distance from the woman in the wheelchair. Until Daniel seemed to notice it all at once. She watched his jaw tighten as colleagues walked past without acknowledgement, saw his hands clench when a former classmate turned her back. His eyes swept the room, taking in the isolation. When he looked back at her, something fierce burned in his expression. "Celestia," he said, his voice quiet but trembling. He stepped closer. "I know this might seem forward. I know we barely knew each other in school. But watching you here tonight, seeing your strength, your grace, seeing how people are choosing not to see you." He took a breath. Can I be your date? Right now, for the rest of this evening. Can I be the person who stands beside you, who makes sure everyone here knows they're in the presence of someone extraordinary? Heads turned, conversations paused. Her father straightened from across the room. You don't have to, she started. I know I don't have to, Daniel interrupted gently. I want to, if you'll let me. Emma tugged Celestia's hand. Say yes, Daddy's really nice, and I think the butterfly wants you to. Celestia's fingers found the diamond clip. Her mother's voice echoed. Your spirit can move, let it. Yes, she whispered, then stronger. Yes, I'd like that. Daniel extended his hand, and when she took it, he didn't let go. He pulled a chair beside her wheelchair, positioning himself as an equal. Emma climbed into Celestia's lap, and together they looked like what they were. 3 people choosing to be present for each other. The shift in the room was palpable. People who had ignored her began approaching. But Daniel was protective. When someone made a thoughtless comment about such a tragedy, Daniel cut in smoothly. The only tragedy would be missing Celestia's latest collection. Have you seen her piece on resilience? It sold for $50,000 at auction last month. He'd done his research. He knew her worth, her work. As dinner was served, Daniel rearranged their table so Celestia had the best view of her exhibition. He asked about her creative process, her symbolism, her dreams. Emma colored on napkins, creating her own butterfly art. Why are you doing this? Celestia asked quietly. Really? Daniel was quiet for a moment. When my wife died in that accident 2 years ago, I felt like I disappeared. People didn't know what to say, so they said nothing. They looked through me. I spent months being invisible. He turned to face her. Then Emma started talking again, started smiling. She reminded me that life continues, that love continues, even after loss. She taught me that being seen, truly seen, is one of the most powerful gifts we can give. His hand found hers. Tonight, I saw you being erased. I remembered what that felt like. I couldn't let it continue. My mother used to say that kindness was the art of seeing others fully, not just their surfaces, but their souls. Your mother was wise, Daniel said softly, and her daughter inherited that wisdom. Richard Harrington approached their table, shaking Daniel's hand. Thank you for seeing what I've been too worried to help others see. Emma looked up at Celestia with absolute seriousness. Can we be friends forever? You and Daddy and me? I'd like that very much, Celestia managed. That night marked the beginning of something unexpected. Daniel called the next day, asking if he could bring Emma to Celestia's studio. The visit turned into lunch. Lunch turned into regular Saturday art sessions where Emma painted while Daniel and Celestia talked about loss, hope, and how life reshapes us. Daniel never treated her disability as something to fix. He simply treated her as Celestia, brilliant, talented, worthy. He adapted naturally, learning her studio's access needs, advocating when spaces weren't wheelchair accessible, but never making her feel like a burden. You're not helping me, she told him once, 6 months later. You're just existing alongside me. Do you know how rare that is? You do the same for me, he replied. You see past the widowed single father label. That's equally rare. Their relationship grew slowly, organically. When Daniel finally told her he loved her, it was during an ordinary moment. Emma was napping in Celestia's studio, and they were cleaning brushes together. I love you, he said simply. Not because you're inspiring, though you are. I love you because you make me laugh, because you're brilliant and stubborn and kind, because when I imagine my future, you're in it. Celestia had been terrified to hope for this, but here it was, offered freely. I love you too, she whispered. I think I have since that first night when you asked to be my date. Richard was hesitant at first, worried about his daughter's vulnerability. But watching them together, watching Daniel challenge Celestia creatively, watching Emma flourish, watching his daughter smile with genuine joy, he gave his blessing. They married 2 years after the gala, with Emma as flower girl carrying painted paper butterflies. But Celestia's journey wasn't defined by romance. The real transformation came when she entered the International Contemporary Art Competition, one of the most prestigious in the world. "I'm scared," she admitted to Daniel the night before submissions closed. "What if I'm not good enough anymore?"
Daniel knelt before her. "Your talent never lived in your legs. It lives here." He touched her forehead. "And here." He touched her heart. "Your mother knew it. Emma knows it. And you know it too." Celestia submitted her collection, a series exploring transformation, loss, adaptation, and hope. Each painting incorporated butterfly motifs, all reflecting her journey from invisibility back to self-recognition. 6 months later, at the competition ceremony, Daniel and Emma sat in the front row, her father beside them with tears streaming down his face. When they announced her as the winner, the ovation was deafening. Her acceptance speech was powerful. "2 years ago, at a gala where my work was displayed, I felt invisible. I had lost my mobility, and with it, people's ability to see me. But one person asked a simple question that changed everything. Can I be your date? He saw me, not my wheelchair, me. My mother taught me, even if life takes something from us, even if part of our body can no longer move, it doesn't mean we should stop moving forward. We must keep trying. We must keep creating. And most importantly, we must practice kindness toward ourselves and others. Kindness is the art of truly seeing each other. It's the courage to acknowledge someone's full humanity. This award belongs to everyone who's ever felt invisible. You are whole. You are worthy. You are seen." That night, back home, Emma already asleep, Celestia sat in her studio with Daniel. The diamond butterfly clip caught the lamplight. "Your mother would be so proud," Daniel said quietly. "She knew," Celestia replied. "She knew I'd find my way back to flight, just a different kind." Daniel kissed her forehead. "Not different, truer." Celestia's story spread beyond the art world. She began speaking at schools and hospitals, not performing her disability, but sharing her authentic journey. She and Emma co-created a children's book about butterflies and transformation. Daniel's firm began consulting with her on accessibility design. Their life wasn't perfect. Challenges remained, but they faced everything together, built on that first question, can I be your date? 5 years after the gala, Celestia returned to the same venue for a retrospective. This time, the crowd gathered around her out of genuine appreciation. Her wheelchair was simply part of who she was, no longer a barrier. Emma, now 9, wore her own butterfly clip. "Do you remember when you told me your butterfly reminded you that you could still fly?" "I do," Celestia said. "Well, I think you did fly, and you taught me too." Celestia pulled her close. The butterfly clip glinted, a symbol of her mother's wisdom. That true flight has nothing to do with physical movement. It's about the courage to keep creating, to keep loving, to keep moving forward with grace, no matter what life takes from us. And it's about the transformative power of one person choosing to see another fully and refusing to let them remain invisible. Kindness isn't just an action, it's a way of seeing. When we truly see each other, past wheelchairs and disabilities, past loss and pain, we give each other the greatest gift, the permission to exist fully. In a world quick to overlook those who don't fit its narrow definitions, choosing to see becomes an act of revolution. It begins with someone brave enough to ask, "Can I be your date? Can I see you as you truly are?" This story touched your heart? Please like, share, subscribe, and comment. Let's spread more stories of kindness and hope together.